Hello guys, today I'm going to tell you why it is important to replace worn out parts on your car, and I'll show you how to replace the anti-sway bar end links. In case you are not sure what those things are, it's this that holds the suspension to the anti-sway bar. First, I'd like to start by telling you that if you want to see more of my videos, feel free to subscribe and press the bell to be notified. Back to the topic at hand. These end links get worn out over time and they start clicking. My friend has a Volvo and he had the same problem. One day he was going out with his friends and entered a roundabout at high speed. One of his end links broke down or apart and the car tilted a bit more than expected. This scared the crap out of him. Don't risk your life, take care of your car and he will take care of you. Now let me show you how to do it on this car. First, you might want to remove the hubcap. Well, on this one it's kind of a weird process and you need this wonderful tool that actually has a I don't know, it was a 17 or 19 inch socket, but these things can help you as much as, let's say, a retarded brother. It only annoys you and you don't get the job done anyhow. So you really need to find the place where to remove these things, because they are held really tight on by this piece of wire, and if you don't want to get really dirty, I'd say you should use these gloves. Anyhow, so basically you need to remove the wheel to access the anti-sway bar, and it's a good idea to loosen the wheel while the car is on the ground, so you have an easier job. Always remember, when you're lifting the car up just with a jack, put it on jack stand anyhow, you need to make sure that the emergency brake is pulled and your engine is in gear or in park for automatic vehicles, so the car doesn't start rolling anywhere. Now, let's see if I remember correctly. It was the 17 or the 19. It was the 19. You can use brute force, or in case your nuts are really stuck, you can use the breaker bar. Now let me lift the car up on jack stands and I'll be back. Now, in case you didn't know, every car has its jacking points. For example, mine has like it from like 30 centimeters from the wheel, and it has like a groove on this. I can't really show you because you need to be next to your car to understand it, but you can't like lift up the car from wherever you want, because you might break through the bottom of the undercarriage or underside of your car, and you just lift up the car until the wheel is off the ground or the chassis is at a height where you can fit the jack stand under it. Now that you have the car up in the air and you remove the wheel, it might be a good idea to just spray some WD-40 or whatever penetrating oil do you have on the old bolts, so you have an easier job undoing them. Make sure there's not much dirt inside there, so you have a good grip. And there's a wrench. Just a sec, let me get it. It's a 15 wrench or socket, and you can use some elbow grease. In other words, brute force to undo this. Yeah, just as I expected. So after half an hour of fucking around with every possible combination of this thing that I could have came up with to kind of make a breaker bar, this was really stuck on. Now it's kind of loose, but still pretty shit. Because, you know, it's next to a wheel and all the dust and stuff can get in, and it kind of blocks the tread. This is like an inside the wheel one look, but this was less rotten, so it's a bit easier to undo, and I didn't really need to use the breaker bar at full length. Not like I would have been able to fit it inside here, but still. Unfortunately, because of how the car sits, the anti-sway bar is tensioned, and I'm pretty sure I will not be able to. Oh god damn it, this thing is like turning in. Yep, it's retensioned, and it would be a good idea to leave the other part of the car too. Now, if you manage to remove these old links, I'll show you exactly why you should change them. If they look something like this, where the rubber part is like cracked and dust can get in, because then that gets in and sticks into the oil, and the ball joint gets shredded by the dust and like stone or whatever particles. Now let me show you the kind of like the inside view, because I turned the wheel around, so I have an easier job working. By the way, it was a pain in the ass to take this off, because like the inside was full of dust and then it stripped, and I had to use a wrench on the exterior one that was a 17, and this bolt nut I mean is a 15. Moving you guys around, so this piece of metal, I'm sorry for the background noise, but there are a few children around. So this piece of metal here is essential for your ABS cable, because it has like I mean the ABS cable has these rubber thingies that can like hook up so it doesn't flap all over and get caught in the wheel and ripped off. So this is why you will need to put this one back. Unfortunately for me, and you can see, well, this is the anti-sway bar. It's still connected on the other side, so I can't remove it, but the protective coating or paint or whatever was on it, it's kind of like coming off, unfortunately for me, because under the mud and all the crap you can see it is painted. The best solution it would be for me to take it out and like repaint the whole thing, but unfortunately I don't really have the resources and the time to do that, so I might just clean it a little bit and put the new one back. By the way, if you were actually wondering, there are two more bushings, excuse me, there are two more bushings for the anti-sway bar over there, but those only hold the bar itself in place. You can also change those if needed. Maybe I will consider that in the future. Well, I put the new back on, and luckily for this one it has the auto-locking nuts. Otherwise it's highly recommended to use some kind of thread locker. And by the way, here's a small instruction sheet of how you should and how you shouldn't tighten these things, because you need to use a imbus or hexa. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure which number. A 5 on the inside and a wrench on the knot, so you tighten it. And don't use like power tools. And don't be Joe. If you don't know what you're doing, take it to a technician. It's kind of weird like tightening it the other way. You can brace one of the tools to some stable part and tighten with the other one. Make sure you don't tear this wire off somehow in the process. And you will need to torque these down to 46 pound-feet. Well, that's kind of a number. There's a whole range from like 35 to 40 something pound-feet, and about around 15 Newton meters. I'm going to bring my torque wrench down and torque these. God fucking damn it, ambulance and shit. So I'm going to torque these down to specs. Unfortunately enough, I don't really have a good source where you like get the specs for every bolt on your car. So I kind of found a sheet on the internet, and that's it. Well, I managed to finish on the other side also. And by the way, if you do this and you get to this point, you should also verify the rest of the bushings that they are in good condition. So I torqued everything down. Now I'm about to wipe the disc brake with some Wonder drink. This is what homeless people drink around here. It's like 70% alcohol, and just look how dirty the tissue is from all kind of oil and stuff on the disc itself. I thought it's going to be a good idea to wipe it down, because I use the WD-40 around here, and this might be contaminated, and yeah, your brakes could behave worse than before. Now I will wipe the disc off both sides, put the wheel back on, put the car down on the ground, and I'm pretty much done with this thing. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments, and I will answer them as fast as I can. Anyhow, thank you for watching, have a great day, and Free out.